Good morning, everyone. I'm Corinne Braxton, and it is Tuesday, November 16th. Let me see now if I can find myself on my iPad. Let's see, I'm just about a minute early. How's everyone doing today? Oop, my laptop, something fell off my laptop. Okay, let's see, once here. There we go. I don't think I turned the volume off. There we go. Now I can hopefully see some. Oh, Kathy Wilkerson and Melissa, you found us right away. Thank you so much for tuning in so quickly. Oh my goodness, it's a busy day. Oh, thank you for the hearts. I appreciate that. That helps others find us too. Oh, I think I forgot to turn my computer screen off there back there, so you'll have to look at that. But anyway, oh my goodness, what a day. I didn't sleep very well last night. We have two offers on our house, and our new house is far from being completed. So I didn't sleep well, and I was so nervous about what we're going to do. Anyway, I'm thankful that we did have some offers. But anyway, I don't need to bother you with all that. It's just like, anyway, it's been a lot happening. Did some babysitting this weekend. I had Max, Bo, and Kate for overnight, and it was the first time for all three of them to be overnight together. So that was quite a deal. And then I took them to church the next morning too. So anyway, there's a lot today. Well, I think now it's 10 o'clock, and today is the big day of the seasonal sale. Today, the 16th, 17th, and 18th, 3 days only. It's like Stampin' Up's Black Friday. Hey, Patty, good to see you. Thank you very much, sort of. Oh, hey, Lisa, good to see you too. I hope your nephew is holding in there, holding up okay. I know you're in California. Look forward to you getting back. Today is the beginning of this sale. It's a big one, ladies. And it's on the annual catalog, not the mini catalog, not the holiday catalog, but anything in here. And it is really, it's a good deal. It's 10% on all cardstock, 15% on all ink pads, and 20% on dies. And let me tell you, I think the one on the dies is one thing that I am going to. There are lots of standalone dies in this catalog this year. There's one called Give It a Whirl. I don't know. I thought I had it, but that's the one I've ordered today. It's normally $39, so 20% of that is a big savings. Here's another standalone, layering dioramas. I like that one too. And one that I am using this week in my cookies, cards, and coffee is called Basic Borders. This one is a standalone. These are some big dies that are $29, $35, $39. So it's a good savings today. Another one that I really like that most people is this stitched greenery. It shows, it's an embossing die. And then another one is called Picture This. This one cuts out rectangles and circles. It's a real great set, and it's stitched on the outside and stitched on the inside. It's neat. So if you are able, do your ordering and get your discounts and everything else. It's a great way to shop. It's used to be called the Extravaganza. And I'm so glad they changed the name to Seasonal Sale because it's a good one. Hey, Carla, good to see you this morning too, and Melissa. Anyway, it's just a great sale. So tell your customers, tell your friends, you shop, and all that. I have several classes going on this week. Hey, Linda Wilmuth, good to see you too. I'm really excited about this one on Saturday. I have two classes Saturday. One is vellum and blends, and the morning class is using this stamp with the cooking. It's called Sweets and Treats, and these are some of the cards. There'll be 5 projects. I only have 4 done, but I love this class. If you like to color, this class includes the stamp set. And I think it's going to be a fun one. And then I do have a potluck lunch in between classes. You can sign up for one class, or you can sign up for both of them. You could sign up for the morning and lunch, or you can do afternoon and lunch, or you can skip lunch, whatever you want to do. That's what's happening. And then I have cookies, cards, and coffee on Thursday. So, okay, let's send prayers out for, oh, hey, Martina. Good morning to you. Hey, Nancy. Nancy Lund is in the hospital right now getting an infusion. So Tuesday is her day to do that for her cancer treatment. So prayers for you, Nancy, that the time goes quickly. We're glad you're watching today. Thank you for tuning in. I'm glad you could get everything set up while you're getting the infusion. Okay, let's turn on. I have the neatest project for you today. You're going to just love this, I think. I mean, at least I do. And I think you're going to want to make lots of them. So let's tune in. I'm using different DSP. Both are sort of Christmas card type cards, I think. And I have to tell you, before I turn it down, I stamped with one of them, and I was using the, these are some dies. It's called warm wrap dies. They were in our catalog last year. They're in our catalog this year too. But what I didn't realize until 9:30 this morning that Wrapped in Christmas is retired. They retired the stamp, but kept the dies. So these are really good ones. They wrap around a little coffee cup, and there are some good circles and hearts in here. Anyway, so I scrambled it. We're going to do a different stamp. So, but you'll see what I'm talking about. I had no idea it had retired. So here we go. Turn the camera down. Close your eyes for a minute because it's going to go sort of crazy. I'm just going to get this lined up. And let's see what's here. Get this all, I'll bring this down a little bit. We're not doing this card, but I like this card. This is one just to line up. Okay, there we go. So the first card that we're going to make is, we're going to be using this designer paper that was in the catalog last year, and I have never seen Stampin' Up! Do this, where they carry over a designer paper, and they did it this year. And I'll tell you what, I loved it last year, and I loved playing with it this year. You can sort of see it. It's in the catalog. It's in our mini catalog, actually. Great sides. It is on, here's the catalog. Let me see what page it's on. It's on page 57. It's called Heartwarming Hugs. And then the stamp that I'm using, which I just changed at 9:30, is called Encircled in Warmth. We're not using the dies, but we're using the circle expressions. So that is what we're going to make first. So this is just, I bet you still have some from last year if you bought it last year. If you didn't, I would highly recommend getting it this year because it's just a great basic red and green. It's mossy green and pear pizzazz. I thought it was Old Olive, but it's actually pear pizzazz. Old Olive works really well with it too. And so this is what we're making. We're making a card. You know how much I have always, let's see if I can pull this down. Let's see, there we go. You know how much I have always enjoyed square cards. You've seen me make many of them, I think. This one is different. Look at this. This opens up like that. Isn't that pretty? And this one opens up like this. Okay. And this tab just lifts up like that. So we're going to make these. The measurements, I guess the reason I like square cards is because the measurements are always so easy. So let's pull out the little supplies that I have. And we're going to make a card. And we'll see how it turns out. Do you see these little white circles? These little white stitch circles are from that that die set that I just showed you, this one, that's where these dies came from. So like that. So, and everything, these are stitched too. So that's just sort of a neat set. I don't know why they retired the stamp though. Really liked it. Okay, so we have different pieces. And I'm going to show you, I'm going to bring in my trimmer on the first one just to show you how we did this. And it is really, once you have the measurements, you can do it any which way you want. I first saw a card by Leanne Greff, and she lives in, I think, South Dakota. I'm not sure. So you're going to take a regular card that's 5.5 by 8.5. I've already scored it in half at 4.5, and then I'm going to cut it at 4 1/4. So it goes like this. It is the easiest thing in the world. So I like to keep my scoring line and give it a good crease. And I know you can't, this is odd for me to do it this way because I want to cut right here and then you're not going to be able to see it. So let me see how this works. So you measure over to 4 1/4. I'm going to see if I'm going to have to get you, what I normally do is I cut from the bottom. Ever since I had rotator surgery, I cut from the bottom because for a long time I had my shoulder, this is almost 10 years ago, but there. I've just cut from the bottom now, and there's all we need to do today for cutting. I have a hard time reaching up and cutting from the top, but whereas most people do that. Oh, I didn't get quite far enough to the crease. Okay, and so there we have that little flap. So this gives us a perfect square. That's the beauty of this. Okay, so that's all you have to do. Now I'm going to bring this in a little bit again. Okay, and so we're going to do the this olive green one. And so here we have. And what I'm going to do is the first thing you do is you just glue down at here that little strip. So you glue down that strip and right there. And now we have this square card. And then we have a piece these are all my own directions and amounts. I just sort of did it. I like to layer things, and I like to have a layer of white. 4 by 4, and then a layer of white. That's 3 3/4. Do you see how everything's just 1/4 inch? And then the inside is going to be 3.5 by 3.5. And this little piece, I have embossed it already with I think the textured embossing folder. It's 1 by 4. This textured embossing is a 3D, and I don't think you can really see it real well, but it's very pretty to have that extra embossing on there. Now, when you're cutting these out, I like to cut a bunch, and because I don't always know what I'm doing, I'm just sort of putting designer papers together. So here are some colors that I used, and I've already embossed these. So I could use red on here. I could use the mossy meadow, and you can put 4 or 5 of these strips that are 1 by 4 into the embossing folder. So it makes it sort of neat. We're going to just do the same color, and let me bring in my little silicone mat here, and we'll do that first. So here are if you want to do a screenshot, 4 by 4, 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. And then that little strip is 1 by 4. So just like that. And then what we're going to do is put all those things right there, and we're going to glue this down, and there we go. Okay, so that is stuck down, and now we just have a square card. And here's our inside, 3.5 by 3.5. I'm just going to get that in there and get it out of the way. And then we'll do some stamping. Now this inside could be bigger, but I had a 3.5 by 3.5 already cut. I had several of them actually. So 3.5 by 3.5, it could be 3 3/4, but it's all increments of a 1/4 inch. And so here we are. Now we're going to put our red down next, and then we're going to do some little strips. There we go. I love these traditional. I really like different colors actually. I love these. I like the pinks and the silvers from that Whimsy set, and I love the red and green here. Okay, now let's set that aside. Let's do a little stamping, and we are going to. I have never used this stamp set, so we're going to actually literally this morning at 9:30. I was putting it together because it was a round one. So we're going to bring in our Mossy Meadow ink, and we're going to stamp it up really well. And I'm going to bring it a little closer to me so I can see it. There we go. A Joyful Season. I'm going to do 2 of them just because. There we go. And good. That's stamped really nicely. This is from the Encircled in Warmth. The dies are quite ornate. They're quite pretty. I actually had gotten those right away in the beginning, and I used it, and they wouldn't cut. I called Stampin' Up, and they sent me some new ones, and they cut beautifully. So if you ever have a problem, an issue, Stampin' Up is so good about taking care of it. Okay, let's do the inside stamping, and we're going to use Wishing You Love and Happiness. So we'll put that up there. We're going to stamp this one. Wishing you love, joy, and happiness. Isn't that a nice Christmas sentiment? Oh my God, I like that a lot. I think I'll just do another one real fast just in case we, there we go. And we'll put those over by my chamois and get those clean and out of the way. And on the back, we're going to do the Angel Policy stamp, the Stampin' Up copyright. We'll just put that on the back right there like that. And if you want, you can always sign your name, or you can just leave it like that. That's part of the, I don't know, it's in the annual catalog. I can't remember what it's called, but I just keep it out because I use it all the time. Now, let's see once. Okay, we've got all of our stamping done. Let's bring in our card again. And, oh, I stamped on the wrong one. Oh, well, that's all right. It's got 2 sides. So this is the one we're going to actually do our gluing on. So let's see. Now, here's the key. I took like 5 or 6 sheets of this designer paper, and I cut little squares, 1 3/4 by 1 3/4. And you need 4 of them. And then you're just going to line them up on here, like this, on this 3 3/4. And let's see once. Well, I'm just going to lay them out, just see what happens. Like this, that maybe. Do that. No, I don't really like that. I don't like having this one opposite the red, so I'm going to take that one away. I can put that one in. I like that better. I could use this one, or I could use that one up there. So you can just use different things. I think that's pretty good just the way it is. I think that'll work. Although I do sort of like this one. What do you think? Maybe this one has red in it. I think we'll keep that. Okay, so I have a whole little stack of those little squares. So I'm going to put these, I'm just going to move these. I'm going to keep it on my silicone sheet. I'm just going to move these 2 up here and these 2 down here. And then I'm going to bring in my green glue a little bit. Here it is. Oh, and you know what? Here's the little Christmas tree from last week. I only had 2 on that video, and that one card, and the other one was in there. Somehow it had fallen. Anyway, there it is. It's been there all week now. Okay, now you can just take each piece and glue it. But I'll tell you what, that's what I did originally. But Now my glue's not working. It was working before. Let me get my pin out. I always keep a pin right in my case, so it was working perfectly before. Now on camera it's not, but that's just the way it is. So I'm actually just scribbling some glue on like this. I'm just keeping it away from the edge a little bit because I know I'm going to have a border. But this is a quick way of doing it. And so now I'm going to just put this on. And the thing about green glue or the Tombow is it gives you a little bit of wiggle room. Do you see how I can sort of move it there until it's straight? I can just slide it over a little bit. And then this one, like that, and like that. And that's fast. I mean, I didn't do it this way the first time. I actually did each one separately, and it worked just fine. But then I was like, oh my goodness, I can do it this other way. I know I can. And you can just give it a good pat. And then we can bring our card base in. We can put it on there, and this is the one where I stamped. But it doesn't make any, no one's ever going to know, are they? Anyway, I just love this card style. And there we have it. Thankfully, I stamped the right one in there. Now, let's put the little tag on. We have a little flag. There's one more piece that you need to take a picture of. And that's this little flap. It's 3/4 by 5. 3/4 by 5. And we're going to, we could use a olive one. I think we're going to use the red one. And we've got a whole bunch of those. These are so fast and so fun to make. Now, I want to flag this end. And what I usually do is take my tailored tag punch. We also have the one with the different slots that you can do that. And then some of you might have, if you might have this hexagon punch, this is my all-time favorite. I wouldn't sell this for anything. I use this one a lot because it's really easy for my hands. But I'll show you how I do. This is the one we have, and I really like it too. You just stick this in here like this and punch. This is a great punch, and there we have an end. Now, if you do not have a punch like that, you can do it this way. This is the way I learned originally way back when I started stamping. You cut up the middle. I learned this from Shirley Hotop. Is my first stamping teacher in Farmington, Missouri. I loved it. I couldn't get enough. It was she was an angel polyp. No, I think she was an angel. That one's okay. But anyway, you go up the middle and you go from the sides, and that gives you that banner end too. But I sort of like using the punch better now. And so I'm going to add this. Anytime your glue doesn't start working, just rub it on your silicone mat. And you know, today, if you're ordering things from the catalog, you can certainly add on adhesive, and you can add on, I'm stocking up again on more white paper because I go through a lot of it. And there we have that. Isn't that neat? And you can just grab that flag and lift it up like that. You know, I got a little extra glue right there. I'm going to take my glue eraser and take that off. You can I just was a little bit too heavy-handed with that. And okay, now here we have our Joyful Season, and these are from the seasonal label. Again, if you don't have this set, I love it. I hope that Stampin' Up! Carries it over. It's the one with Christmas season, and it has all these labels, seasonal labels. If you get anything today, this would be a soup. Well, no, it's the wrong catalog. That's the, sorry about that. That's the mini catalog. Anyway, we're going to put this on like this, and this is going to go on. I'm not going to pop it up until the end, okay? And we'll just put this on. Nice thing about a round one, you can just go back and forth. Now we're going to get our dimensionals. Here we go. Get a few dimensionals out. Like that. Take your pick tool and just I sort of dig down and pick it off. And then I put it right in my trash can. It just it keeps it away from the floor and all over the house. And there we go. And that is our card. Isn't that easy? Just like that. Here is the other, so here are the other two that I made. I'll zoom out a little bit here. I don't know how. These are the other two. This one is Mossy Meadow, and these are the evergreens, so I could have used Pear Pizzazz. Anyway, it's fun, isn't it? Now, these I stamped with that old retired stamp, which I didn't know about. Okay, so let's put those away. I will take pictures of these later and post them, and then you'll be able to see those, and I'll try to write down some measurements for you. And I see the sun. I have the shades. It's sunny outside, and I've had to close the shades almost completely because it was so bright in here. Okay, we're going to do this one. This one is from, these cards are from the stamp is from the annual catalog and the dies. And let's see what page they're on. Now, what did I do with my catalog, though? It was right here. There it is. It was inside my other one. Here, this is the designer paper. It was in the annual catalog, Tidings of Christmas. And the stamp is called, that's on page 133, the DSP. And the stamps are wonderful, wonderful. Tidings and Trimmings bundle. Very pretty set. I really liked it, that Stampin' Up! Put a whole bundle in our annual catalog. So I did use this on my Christmas in July card. We are using, I'll tell you what, if you don't have this embossing folder, I would highly recommend getting it. This is called Star-Crossed Embossing Folder. Can you see that okay? Star-crossed, and it has stars and cross, a diagonal, and it's just really sort of cool. I'm going to use that. Here's the stamps and the dies. Really like these a lot. I hope they keep those. Okay, let's find our card parts. And I think this, I did not do this in the new Eden's Garden. I think it would be really gorgeous in Eden's Garden. So I'm going to take all these other pieces that I have here out of my envelope. Got a lot in there. Let's see. Okay, and okay, we need a bunch of pieces. You can see that I've these strips. These are going to be the same dimensions. I'm going to make another card. So the 3/4 by 5, but you can see on this one, you can see, I can see that you can see that it's stars and checks or plaids, I'm not sure. But it's really neat, really a fun one. I really like that a lot. Or you could use it in the textured one too, either way. So now let's see. I've got my little squares here. This time I'm going to build it with 1 7/8 by 1 7/8. So it's going to be a little tighter. And again, you take your 5.5 by 8.5, you cut it, and you score it at 4 1/4, and then you cut up. You cut up so that this is actually 1 1/4, and then this is 4 1/4. This is perfectly square. So I'm going to, this is the white, and this is cherry cobbler. So the other one was real red, and this is cherry cobbler, and this is soft succulent. So first thing I'm going to do is adhere this down like that. And now we have a perfectly square card. And the 3 3.5 is going to go on the inside like that. Take that off. The red is the cherry cobbler. The 4 by 4 is going on the front. Do you see how, once you get these cut, and I really recommend, well, the first one's going to take you longer, but Okay, and then I have a white piece. Or maybe I don't have a white piece. Oh, I don't. I don't have a white piece on this one. This one's going to be a little tighter, so because it's 7/8. I sort of like the white in there, but anyway, we don't have it. So now I'm going to glue my 1 7/8. So let's see. This is going to be like an 1/8 inch border. So you have, let's see how this is going to look. We'll have to make sure those trees are the right way. This one has a pattern too. I'm going to try to zoom you in again. Here we go. There we go. Move it down. I think that looks good. So I think I'll just start gluing. I'm going to just move them out of the way for a little bit like that. Take in my Tombow. Scribble it on, just real lightly, not heavy-handedly. You don't want to use too much of this glue, otherwise it'll seep off the edges. But this, I want it to cover up like that. I think that should do it. And okay, now I'm going to take this, and I'm sorry about that light shining in, but I don't know what else to do. Sorry about that. There we go. We're going to put this down nice and tight to each other. And you see how that's just filling itself in? I am glad that after doing one card individually and my fingers getting full of glue, I thought, oh, there has to be a better way. And that's when it came up with the plan of doing it all on that one. And now we have that part done. And now we have to put in, now you tell me, what do you think? We can put a cherry cobbler right there, or we can put we can use I think we'll do that one. I think that's a better fit on there, is that, I like the stars and the crossing together. So we'll just add a little designer paper, or not designer paper, embossed paper right here. There we go. And now we have our little strip like this, and we'll bring in our punch again. I do like to use this longer strip with the flag strip. I like it to be the same color as the larger mat. So here it's cherry cobbler. Let me see on this one, the red with the red like that. On this one I did the pear pizzazz with that pear pizzazz, the outer one. So that's just the way I think about it. Now we're going to punch this again. And then we'll put that on. This time I'm going to put my adhesive right here, and I'm not going to go any further. I'm just going to put 2 rows on. And I'm going to put it right out to the edge of the red cherry cobbler. And there we have it. And now that part is done. Isn't that neat? Okay, let's bring in our labels. And these are what? I don't know what they're called. I love these. I hope they never retire. They're simply, I don't know what it is. Can't remember. It's been our catalog for 2 years now. So let's stamp that. Let's get our stamps out. And it seems like I have some really, hopefully I have some pieces die cut. I thought I did. I don't see them anyplace. So we're going to do Merry and Bright. This is from the, oh my goodness, let's see if we can find it here. Oh, I don't know where my stamp is. Oh, here it is. Tidings and Trimmings. Tidings and Trimmings, and that's, we're going to, I love, it's the most wonderful time of year. May your days be merry and bright. Just a great set of stamps. And we're going to use our Evening Evergreen on this with our soft succulent. So let's see, once we're going to put this right here. And this is a nice big stamp, so we'll ink it up. Move this out of the way. Oh, I am so sorry about that window. I closed almost all of them, and now we need our pad. You know me, I cannot stand using a photopolymer stamp without a piercing mat or some foam cushion underneath. So it's very important to do that, because then you give these photopolymer, they don't have a cushion, they're just photopolymer, and they need that cushion. And so we're gonna give that a little cleaning, and then on the inside of our stamp, we're going to do merry and bright. May your days be merry and bright. And there we have it, just like that. And now we need a little bit of red, and we'll do this on our envelope too. During videos, I always forget about that. We'll do some, I don't have cherry cobbler, I have real red here, but it's not a big deal. And let's see, we've got our little sprig of berries. Of course, it would have been better to do that before I glued it on, but I didn't. So on this one, I'm going to, let me see if I can find an envelope that I haven't done. I had that one done. Here's one. Okay, so we're going to do a little sprig here. We're going to do another one. Going to do it stamp off. Just do a little cluster at the bottom like that. Or there's this one too, I got from Eden's Garden. I think is so pretty with this. So I like to clean my red. Red is the hardest. Red will stain your blocks like crazy. So, and then let's see if we have, I don't know if I have this. We have to put this together. Our little, we're going to put that little panel on. I don't know where I have my dish of bigger dimensionals across the way. I was finishing a card this morning while I was waiting for the time to pass. I'm making a card for my class this weekend, so I hope that some of you, I'm offering it in person or to go, kits to go, to ship or pick up. So in the middle of the night, I'm wondering, oh my goodness, if we move, how am I going into a temporary house? How am I going to move my classroom? That just was overwhelming to me. I have this wonderful classroom and a wonderful studio, and I won't probably have that for a few months until our house is built. I'm going to have a really great room in my new house, looking out at the mountains too. Here's one of the little berries, and I'm just going to dab. I can, I just like to do this. It would be better to put I'm just touching it a little bit with some glue, Tombow, with my piercing. Of course, that I never think about using those adhesive sheets until I am getting ready to put it on. When I'm die cutting it never enters my mind, and then like right now it does. Okay, and I have a green one here too, evergreen, but I don't know where it is. Looks like this, isn't that pretty? That's part of the dies, but it's someplace here on the table and I don't know. So that's the way oh, here it is. Here it is. It's underneath. So I'll just add some glue to that and put it on also. Just a little quick dab. Like that. That should do it. And then like that. And we are almost done with this. It needs these rhinestones from the holiday. These holiday rhinestones I have several packages and I've used tons of them. So we're going to use the green and the red on this card. We'll put a red one here and a green one. I don't know, it looks, maybe it's like a spruce or something. But I'm going to move that one down a little bit. We'll put another red one up here. I like to make a triangle is the way I think about that, the way the eye travels. And there we have it. And there we have that card. It's the most wonderful time of year. May your day be bright. Here it is again. And almost very similar. I like the red of the cherry cobbler. This one's a little, this is another one with a lot of cherry cobbler. I don't like it quite as well. And then this one I think is very pretty. I love these papers. So these are probably some of my favorites. Anyway, those are our cards for today. And I hope that you will give these a try. Oh my goodness. More fun than you can imagine. I'm going to flip the camera. Close your eyes for a minute. There we go. And let's see. Oh, there we go. And we made it. And oh, I love these cards a lot, and I think, and I have enough, I have enough little squares. So when I cut the squares, I just cut, 1 3/4 by 1 3/4, just a strip. And then again, I cut it, and I have little stacks, or I do 1 7/8. So anyway, so I probably have enough to make 3 more cards yet, and it goes pretty fast. So once you get the gist of it. So I hope you'll give these a try. Oh, Carla is saying, I wish she could stay home and try to make these instead of babysitting. Oh, thank you, Patty. Thank you for, sorry about the sunlight. It's a wonderful problem to have, isn't it, to have sunlight pouring in the windows. And I have these 3 big, beautiful windows. So I do appreciate that, but I probably should have shut the 3rd blind before I did that, before I started today. But it was so dark this morning. Anyway, that's it for today. And I hope that you will all place some orders today or tomorrow or Wednesday. And those of you who attended on stage, I attended on stage virtually this weekend. It began on Thursday night and went until Saturday night. It was very fun, actually. I really thoroughly enjoyed the speakers. Oh, thank you, Martina. I enjoyed the speakers. I loved seeing the new stamps and the presentations and all of that. And we, just like when your things are live at a convention, you get to pre-order a little bit. And so we have a pre-order special for the on stage. So my order will be arriving today, and I'll get to see the new catalog for January. That's the mini catalog, and it's the January to June. It's called the JJ as an abbreviation. And the celebration starts in January. And so it's a great time of year again. And I hate to give up our this catalog. I have found that this mini catalog, the holiday catalog, is almost always my favorite of the year. I usually like these more than the spring, but that's just my personal preference. The spring one I've seen the PDF online, and all demonstrators can see it. It went up yesterday at 1 o'clock. And I do like a lot of the stamps that I should have brought some of the samples over that I made. Well, I posted them on my, hey, Paris in Kentucky. Good to see you this morning. What did I do with those stamps? Let me see if I can find them real fast. Give me a second and I'll bring them back to you. I think I stuck them out here. Here they are. I found them. We were given a free set of stamps. Well, we had to pay for the event. I think it was like $140, and we had to pay for the event. And we got a set of stamps, a set of paper, and gems. And so these are 2 cards that I made with this beautiful. Oh, it is a beautiful, beautiful stamp set. Can't remember what it's called. Hearth and Home or Blessed Home. Here's another one. You can see, I know this is backwards. It says, "Have a perfect birthday." And then this was just real fast coloring with sponges and just a little finger or sponge daubers. This one I'm not really fond of, but these, we just did whatever stamping designers designed. I think it needs more. There are going to be some doilies, but we don't have them, so I used our vellum doily, and that has a little texture, but it's not it's okay. I don't love it. I don't love this card. I don't really like the cinnamon cider with the freesia color, but anyway, but that's all in the paper. Beautiful designer paper, beautiful set of dies, and then I stamped on the envelope too. So anyway, it was a very fun weekend. I enjoyed that a lot. And anytime they do something, I know this spring there's going to be another virtual. It's just a one-day virtual thing, but anyway, that's it, girls. And I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope you enjoy shopping for this big sale. Okay, I'll see you next week, Tuesday. Thanks. Bye.